Hello, what's up, Hauppauge High School community? Today is Tuesday, May 12th. It is our 61st day away from students here today. Really, generally pretty moved by the effort and the energy that we've been bringing to each and every day of this kind of wild time as a community, and also really cognizant of just how much struggle is out there. The international news, changes by the hour, it seems, in terms of what the proper way to respond to this thing is, and the many methods that we need to take to kind of secure our safety is confusing to get our heads wrapped around. But here we are in Hauppauge, fighting every day to keep learning and keep providing a high quality education, simultaneously to that, to stay safe. So thank you. Hello, good morning. I'm joined this morning by the regular crew, and we'll get to them in a second, but then also a very special crew, the social studies department. And we have some exciting kind of results to share and some communication to talk about related to the social studies research project based on the NHD annual theme, and some of the really exciting work that our students and our teachers collaborated on to do some pretty impressive things, and they were recognized, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But right now I want to have everybody come on, say a quick hello, and then I'm going to have Mrs. Gordon talk a little bit about some of the work that has been done within the department by students and by staff collaboratively. So Anna, what's up?
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to say congratulations to the kids on all of their hard work.
Good stuff. Anne.
Good morning, guys. Wish we were back at school. Miss everybody, and congratulations to everyone who participated in the research project.
Excellent. Dave.
Hey everyone, it's nice to see you all, and again, congratulations on all of your hard work, and I'm looking forward to being back in the fall.
Deb.
Congratulations to everyone. It's great to see you. So proud of your work, and so honored that you love social studies and history as much as we all do. Miss you.
Our first student in the morning, Katie Dolce.
Hi guys. Good morning. It's great to see everybody's faces again.
Good stuff. Doreen.
Good morning, everybody. Just want to say congratulations on all your hard work. We love to see all of the projects that have moved on, first from Hauppauge, then to Long Island History Day, New York State, and some even to the national level. So congratulations, everybody.
Perfect. Ellen.
Good morning, everyone. So excited to see everyone, and I can't believe we actually pulled this off virtually. Who would have ever thought?
It's awesome. It is awesome. Felicia.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad our kids are getting feted for all of their hard work. You guys are inspirational, and looking at the projects, it's really, really awesome. So congratulations.
Harry.
Good morning, everybody. Congratulations on your accomplishments so far. Can't wait to see you guys in the fall.
Isabella.
Good morning. I'm very excited to have, made it to where I am right now with the NHD and to see everybody here. So, yeah.
Good stuff, Isabel.
Good morning, Hauppauge. Happy Tuesday. It's so awesome to see so many people in this meeting. I'm very happy.
Yeah, it's cool. Joy.
Good morning, Hauppauge students. Congratulations, social studies teachers. Thank you for your hard work and efforts. And of course, it is the greatest subject on the planet.
Kelly.
Good morning, Hauppauge. Miss you all. Congratulations to all the students for all your hard work.
Christy.
Good morning, Hauppauge. Congratulations. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Hope you're all doing well. And to those students that are taking their AP exams today, good luck to you.
Lindsay.
Good morning. Miss you, Hauppauge. I've judged LI History Day a few times in the past, and you students should really be commended for the high level of work that you've achieved. Congratulations.
Maria.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to wish everybody a wonderful, happy, and peaceful day.
Michael.
Hey, everybody. I'm just glad to see everybody's face and just happy to be here.
Good stuff. Patrick. Mr. Favorite.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say congratulations to all the students that did well with the research project. It's a really big deal, so great job.
Peter.
Good morning, everybody. Pleasure to be here.
Rose.
Hi, it's good to see everyone again, and I'm missing all of you. So.
Yes, Ruthie.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations. I'm so excited to see all these wonderful faces on this screen. What? Hi, Hauppauge.
Yeah, it's cool. I might do the recording of the grid in a minute. Stacey.
Good morning, Hauppauge. It's good to see everybody. Kids, I'm proud of you for your projects and really proud for getting up before 9 o'clock and looking so fab. Good job.
Teresa.
Good morning. It's so great to see everyone's face.
Varsha.
Good morning. I'm really excited about NHD and I can't wait to get back at school.
Yes. And Vincent.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day today.
Good stuff. Before, Doreen, before I turn it over to you to talk a little bit about the work and the project, I think it's a pretty cool shot here. So I'm actually going to present and video the whole screen here if you have grid. So if you're off the camera, if you want to come in and just say hello, and then we'll all wave to Hauppauge in a second. But hold on 2 seconds. Let me present so that everybody can see this pretty cool shot. If everybody could wave, we think we should be recording now. It's pretty good shot. You are presenting your screen. What's up, Hauppauge? Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, very good. Nice. The next round, we'll do favorite dance move. So everybody will stand up and do their favorite dance move. Mrs. Gordon, if you want to come on and just talk for a couple minutes about the work here and the project, we'd love for you to come in and just kind of have a segue before we ask students about what they've worked on and the teachers they've partnered with. Go for it.
Sure. So the research project kind of began between 9 and 10 years ago. We had students that had graduated that when I was a teacher had said, you know, I do a really good job in history. I love history. I love all the work that I learned and how to study for it. And I'm really successful in it until it comes to the research project. And then I'm not doing well in social studies at all. And a lot of them were asking us for help to do their first research projects. So we decided that we had to do something about that. And the New York State standards also include a piece of research that we kind of did piecemeal. And so we looked at a lot of different projects. We looked at what Smithtown High School did. We looked at a couple other school districts. We looked into possibly making our own. And then with the help of Mrs. Robbins, who can come on now, we took a real deep look at the NHD project. And we started out doing it with a club, the History Club, which only had about 6 or 7 members at that time. Now it was almost 100. And then we expanded to AP classes, and then we expanded to the middle school, and then eventually 9 through 11 in the high school. And we have different levels, different qualifications for everybody. We have a big history fair in January, and we really appreciate the fact that kids now are coming out of Hauppauge being able to do research. And it's really exciting to have kids really have the full rounded experience in history. Mrs. Robbins, you want to add anything?
Also, as we've grown, we've also become a model where other schools actually send teachers and administrators to come see our model and our history fair so that they can follow suit. So I'd say over the last 5 years, we've actually become an exemplar for other districts in Long Island.
Very cool. Very cool. Glad to have a little bit of the background. And this year, go for it.
Sorry. Yeah. We also have a lot of teachers on the call that may not have had students that have won this year or have students that have won from Long Island History Day to New York State History Day, but the kids weren't able to come. Maybe they're taking an AP exam, maybe they're still sleeping, but just want to recognize all of this is really a departmental project. We have departmental extra helps for over a month, and every single teacher has really contributed to every single student's success, because though they might not be the teacher this year, they may have been last year, or they may have been the year before. So it's really a growing experience for all students and staff.
Awesome. And the students we have on here, you want to just summarize a little bit about, how they ended up on this call? What was the process to kind of, not to getting this call isn't the accomplishment, but how did they end up here today?
Sure. Well, we had our Hauppauge History Fair in January, and we moved our kids forward, and then coronavirus hit. They canceled Long Island History Day. Then they made it virtual, and the students all put their projects in. And from there, several students also made it to New York State History Day. Typical town, but now is held virtually. And we have several students on the call, Isabella, Varsha, and also Teresa, who are moving on to NHD. And then we have an unbelievable performance that got 3rd place in New York State. For National History Day, only the top 2 go, but their performance was just outstanding, just as all the other projects that the students did. We have Teresa, who has an exhibit, Varsha, who has a website, and we have Isabella that has a documentary. All very involved with a lot of research, and really they did an amazing job. So we're really proud of all the work that they did.
Awesome. Very good. All right. We're going to come back in a second, and we'll start with Isabella, then Varsha, then Teresa, then the group to hear about it. But we want to go to my daily segment on the correspondence. So Joe, sports, go for it.
Okay, jumping right into today's Jort Report. It'll be nice, short, and sweet today, just because we have so many people on the call. But because we have a history theme, we're sticking with America's pastime for pretty much the whole report. So what happened in sports? Still pretty much nothing. There's no sports really going on. However, Major League Baseball is proposing a shortened season that is going to be voted on and discussed with the players soon, where we may have a July start date, and there may be 82 to 84 games. So hopefully that works out. What's on tonight? If you're looking for something to watch in sports, not much. However, if you're up at like 2 in the morning or 5 in the morning and want to watch the Korean Baseball Organization, that's on pretty much every day. And also, not a game I loved as a child growing up, but on ESPN tonight, if you want to watch the 2001 World Series with the Diamondbacks and the Yankees, those of you that are Yankee fans know how that ends. It was a great game, however, that Game 7 didn't work out so well for us Yankee fans. I won't spoil it, but you'll probably look it up if you want to. And on this day in history, in 1970, the Cub, Ernie Banks, hit his 500th home run. And today's trivia, and this can go to anyone on here, and if you get it right, you win a prize. I don't know what the prize is yet, but you win it. Ernie Banks still holds the all-time single-season home run record for shortstops in the National League with 47, and that was in 1958. Can any of you name who holds the American League record for shortstops?
Alex Rodriguez.
Very good. Chris Cook, can you name how many home runs he had?
52. I don't know.
Close. 57. What year?
2004.
Close. 2002. 2 off on all these. What team was he on?
The Rangers.
All right. Very good. You win the prize. So you get to host the rest of the show. So back to you.
Thank you so much. Joy, go for it.
The prize is a jar of James's oatmeal and blueberries from yesterday. All right. National Day today. We have several, but I'll keep it short, Mr. Cook. So it is National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. It is National Limerick Day. Here's a great one. It is National Nutty Fudge Day, and the history behind Nutty Fudge, it goes back to the 1880s at Vassar College, where a student actually invented it. So that could be a cool research project moving forward, perhaps. It is National Odometer Day. It is also National Third Shift Workers Day. This is really important. This is for all of those workers who work the night shift, and we appreciate you keeping our country moving, working the night shift. And
the Matrix says cued in.
It's also National Wi-Fi Cutout Day.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There you are.
So,
am I here?
National Apple Pie Day goes back to the 13th century. So a lot of history and a lot of deliciousness all in one. Have a great day.
Awesome. 13th century is pre-America, so I guess it's not American as apple pie. Christy, go for it. What's the weather today?
Traffic and weather report, 57 degrees and it's cold and windy. Interesting fact is that on this day, today, 4 states in the United States broke the lowest temperature recorded, including New York in Rochester at 30 degrees. So the only thing good about the weather is that it's not going to rain on us today. As far as traffic, there's very little traffic out there, and the front circle at Hauppauge High School is closed and clear.
That's good. Good. Nice and clear if you want to drive through it. Maria, what's for dinner tonight?
For dinner tonight, we're going to have broccoli rabe and sausage.
Straightforward. I like it. Anything to go with that? Pasta?
No, I'm not going to put any pasta in it. I think with the pasta salad last night, we had enough carbs. I think we'll just have the broccoli rabe and sausage.
Excellent. Sounds delicious. All right, Isabella, you're up first. Isabella, I want you to talk to us a little bit about what your project was, how you came to select it, and then I believe you had Mrs. Kono there to kind of support you through it.
Yes.
And then Mrs. Kono, I'll ask you to come on and talk a little bit about Isabella's efforts and the quality of the project. So Isabella, jump in, talk to us a little bit about the project.
Okay, so I did a documentary on the AIDS quilt and that impact and how it broke the barrier around AIDS and how it made people basically care about it because it showed how many people were dying from it and affected by it. And Ms. Kono was really a big help. She actually was able to get me a really good interview that I put in there, which was amazing. So, yeah.
And who was the interview with?
That was with Dina Nelson.
Dina Nelson.
I was going to say Nina Nelson. It was with Dina Nelson, and she was an AIDS counselor, and her mother passed away due to AIDS. So I was able to interview her, and that was amazing. And I also had 2 other interviews, one with an LGBTQ historian and another one with Michael LaRocca, who's, I found him through the AIDS Quilt Memorial, and his partner died of AIDS, so.
Beautiful. Well, excellent stuff. If you get us a link, I'll broadcast it out there on the classroom or something. Would love to be able to watch it myself. So pass it along if you can. Felicia, Mrs. Kono, what do you have to say about this particular project?
I was really impressed with Bella's tenacity in accomplishing this project. It struck close to my heart in that it was something I'm sure for the teachers, many of us can remember the 80s and 90s going from GRID to HIV AIDS. So for Bella to want to work on something so near and dear was, I thought, really awesome. I was an HIV counselor before I became a teacher. That's sort of my segue into education. So I was really enthusiastic about the project, and Bella just took it and ran, and she has such compassion and such empathy that she brought to the project that it wasn't a cold documentary at all. It was very warm, and you could really feel how she was connecting to the story and to the survivors and to those who had lost people. So it was really, really moving, and her tenacity to do it is really, really something. Documentaries are incredibly hard to put together. So kudos to you, Bella.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Nice. And great partnership and beautiful recognition of Isabella, Mrs. Kono. Thank you so much. You have another student here, and maybe I'll have you start a little bit to talk about Varsha, and then we'll ask Varsha to talk a little bit about the website. So what is this next project we'll hear a little bit about, and tell us a little bit about Varsha.
Varsha did a project on the Scottish Women's Hospital, and I know, Varsha, I apologize, I'm conflating your title there. But I learned a lot from Varsha's project. That's what I can tell you about it. The first time I read through her outline, I said, this is terrific. I know nothing about this. And I remember saying to Varsha, I applaud your work ethic in accomplishing this, and I have nothing to contribute to this. I said, but I'll be happy to Google for you, looking for things. And Varsha took it, and it is hers from soup to nuts. This is completely and entirely her project. The website is chock full. It's something that any historian would be proud to put together. It was really quite an accomplishment, and I learned a lot. So thank you, Varsha.
Very cool. And Varsha, so come on and talk to us a little bit about the project. And I'll poke you with a couple questions as it makes sense to do. You're good.
Yeah. So my project was about a Scottish doctor, a surgeon who actually during World War I, she set up the first ever hospital units that were fully staffed by women. And it was basically about breaking the barriers of, stereotypes, gender biases, and redefining gender roles. So I talked about the context and how she broke barriers, the impact it has today on like the medical care field, and also women all around the world.
That's really wonderful. How did you come to stumble upon this being something that you were interested in?
I Googled a lot, and I just felt like none of the topics really interested me. Then I wanted to do something that was world history related, just because I take AP World History, and also something related to like the war effort and feminism. So I felt this was like the perfect intersection.
Beautiful. And is it related at all to anything that you might be interested in doing later in life? Is there any connection there with, do you see yourself in what you studied at all?
I'm not sure if I want to go into the medical field because she was a doctor, but it's an incredible profession, and I really respect doctors. I am interested in the STEM field and probably a minor in the humanities, something like that. So I'm really looking into stuff right now.
Cool. Very good. Well, thank you for that. Now we're going to pivot a little bit to Teresa, who partnered with Mrs. Robbins, and she can talk a little bit about her project. Teresa, why don't you start us off, talk to us a little bit about your project, and then I'll have Mrs. Robbins elaborate a little bit.
Okay. I did my project on the Green Revolution and Rachel Carson's fight against DDT. And yeah, I chose to do that because I like history, but I like science a lot more. So I wanted to do something that had to do with science and environmental reasonings over time, and the Green Revolution was so detrimental for the whole world, not just the US.
Mm-hmm. And what was the project? What was the nature of the project?
The Green Revolution is when Norman Borlaug genetically modified wheat, corn, and rice after World War II using pesticides and his genetic modification to increase the amount for the whole world to prevent starvation after wars. And Rachel Carson fought against the use of DDT, which harmed insects, birds, and butterflies and stuff like that.
Beautiful. And Mrs. Robbins, you want to jump in and talk a little bit about Teresa and her work on the project, and then just generally,
Sure.
Your impressions?
Sure. What's really great is Teresa, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a veteran of the NHD History Day. If I'm correct, I think since 9th grade or even since middle school, Teresa?
I really started doing well, like not well, but I really started trying within 9th grade when I started doing it with my sister. We had two strong projects that made it to Hofstra, but we didn't get past there, so.
Yeah, I was going to mention she was a tag team with her sister, her and Carrie, who attended Quinnipiac this year, were great and always went to the regional competition at Hofstra with very elaborate exhibits, so they were always like a crowd pleaser. And now Teresa, without her sister, fared just as great on her own. And what was great is her project was so large that both mom and dad had to come at 6:30 in the morning through the circle to bring the project in and put it together. And then if I remember, I think it was that Friday, March 13th, that last day of staff development, that you guys came and took the project away.
Yeah. I actually remember, when we stand out in the front circle, occasionally bizarre things happen where you're just kind of caught off guard. And I'm watching as down the pathway from the south lot to the front circle, there's just a couple of adults bringing these like huge boxes of stuff into the building. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah. And then, it's my project. Oh, okay, I guess go on in. We probably should have checked that first. But
so she really went over and beyond, what a regular kid, so to speak, would do because of her passion, and the fact that she combined her love of science with the history project and using the research is just like a win-win for all of us.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. So the next group is a project, and there's a bunch of people that participated in it, and it was a performance. So Peter, Michael, Vincent, Rose, and Katie with Mr. Reef, Mrs. Zarian, and Mrs. Robbins really kind of supporting the project, and want to jump in and hear from everybody involved with the project. So Peter, go ahead.
So myself, Rose, Katie, Michael, and Vincent, we worked on a performance, as you mentioned, based on the Supreme Court case of Tinker versus Des Moines, which was basically involving 3 students, a brother and a sister, and their friend, who wore black armbands during the anti-Vietnam protests in order to protest the Vietnam War, and were suspended by their school district for doing so. And then their mother decided to bring it to the Supreme Court once, the district court had ruled in the district's favor.
Got it. And Michael, what would you have to say about the project?
I thought the project was really interesting. Like at first I was like, I have never heard of this before. And then as soon as we started, my teacher, Miss Zarian, brought it up during class, and I was like, whoa, this is actually, people know about this. Because at first I was like, what is this? Because I wasn't really sure what we were going to do for NHD. When we were figuring it out, we were really just kind of lost on what to do. And then somebody brought this up, and I was like, oh, what is this? I've never heard of this before. And then we started bringing it up in class, and I got very much more interested in it than I already was.
Excellent. And Rose?
Actually, so this case is part of the bunch of required court cases for the AP government curriculum. And when we were picking a bunch of project ideas and deciding what to do, we totally overlooked this one because we were just learning it in class. And then we were trying to figure out what to do, and we couldn't really think of one. And then we were like, whoa, this is actually so important. And I think to all of us, just students' voice and their rights is something that we just totally were like, wait, that's perfect. And something that's important to all of us. So, yeah.
Cool. Katie, what would you have to add?
I completely agree with Rose. It's such an interesting case, and it's so important because you don't really realize how these students are our age. So many times you learn in history about adults and all these much older people doing things, but these kids were literally our age. They were in high school and they were making this giant difference. So it was really cool to get to learn about boys and girls who were teenagers doing something really cool.
Got it. And Vincent?
Mrs. Gordon had brought this up earlier, and this really speaks to the history department that we have here. But we had brought our project to Ms. Kono, who has none of us this year, and even she was able to give us tips and help along with all of our teachers that we had this year. So thank you to her, and also like Ms. Gordon said, it really is a whole department celebration here today.
Got it. Got it. Very good. Well, thank you for the good recognition of the department. So it sounds like it was really easy. You guys landed on a subject and then just performed. That was it. So maybe the teachers could elaborate a little bit about how sophisticated of a project this is. So Mr. Reef, you want to jump in and talk about it a little bit, and then I'll ask some of the students to kind of chime in as well as we get going here. Mr. Reef.
Sure. It takes an extensive amount of research. They have to find a lot of primary and secondary sources. And I just want to reiterate again what Rose said, which is students knowing what their rights are. It's important for everyone to know their rights, but very often we don't realize that. And also what Katie said, that we hear a lot about Supreme Court cases and people who made history who are adults, but in this case, you have a group of high school students who really made history and established a new precedent for students' rights in school. So they just did a really great job. It was a really powerful performance, and it was well acted and well directed. And so I really can't say enough good things about it. It was amazing.
Great. Mrs. Zarian, you want to jump in?
Sure. Dave, you had such great things to say. I don't know what else to say, but I'm also impressed with the fact that this group they wrote their own script. And to do that, I'm just thinking how difficult that is, that the script encompasses all the secondary and primary sources, and to be so passionate about both the history of Tinker versus Des Moines and also passionate about theater and about being a thespian. So I just want to congratulate all of you. I'm so proud of you. I loved watching your performance. Congratulations. You know, I know not all of you are seniors, but to those who are graduating, congratulations to you. And to the juniors, I'll see you in the fall.
Mrs. Robbins. Did we lose her? I think I lost her. All right. Well, then, so I think I would like to ask somebody else to speak to this, which is Mrs. Pincus gets to watch a lot of performances, and what she could maybe say about this group, or the challenge it is of putting together something and then acting it out and performing it. Just if she could speak to kind of this group in particular and the challenges that come with doing this kind of thing.
Well, I know these kids pretty well. They pretty much live in room 381. And I know they were so devoted to the project. They used the space all the time. And they're just well-rounded hard workers. And speaking to writing a script, really the theater program is pretty much writing based. We write 3 to 4 scripts a year. So but these guys are particularly skilled. They're in the advanced classes, and they've really worked at this. So, you know, it's really cool to see the disciplines of, you know, theater and history working together. I'm really proud of their work, and it's really exciting to hop on here today and see, you know, their work being, you know, congratulated.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, kudos all around to the students involved. The intricacies of each of these projects, pretty impressive, and the level of commitment by the students involved, very impressive, and teachers, you as well. I think before we end with Mrs. Gordon, maybe doing a final send-off related to the project and to the work related to what got everybody here today. I'd love for everybody to just go do a round of shout-outs to people. And so we'll close out with a quick round of shout-out. We were going to do fun historical topic, but I think just to offer some consistency on these, we'll have everybody go through and give a shout-out to whomever in the world they would like to give a shout-out to. And that can be somebody directly in your life, or a group of people, or whomever you want to give a shout-out to. Mrs. DeTroya, we'll start with you in just a second. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. So my shout out is going to be to Hauppauge High School. I miss, you know, being in the building and just seeing all of your faces. You know, of course, my students that I love, my past students, and also just all of you guys. I miss you guys all so much, and I hope you're all well.
Awesome. Anne.
I just want to give a shout out to my students in IB history who couldn't be here today, but did a phenomenal job on their projects. I really threw them for a loop at the beginning of the year when I told them that they had to tweak their research projects to be suitable for their IA as well. And they came in like ready to go. They had their projects lined up, and they really adapted to what I needed them to do. And they produced some phenomenal projects, but they're taking their AP Calc exam this morning and couldn't be here. So I just wanted to say congratulations, and I'm proud of you.
Awesome. Dave.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the AP Gov students. They took their AP exam yesterday. I think it was the first of all the AP exams in this new format. So, you know, they worked really hard. It was a really strong push towards that, and I just want to really congratulate them for all their hard work. So excellent.
Good stuff. Deb.
Just a quick shout out to all the students of Hauppauge, particularly the seniors. Congratulations. Also a shout out to all of our essential workers who are working so hard, first responders, and just everyone who we need at this difficult time.
Cool. Katie.
Hi, I'd like to shout out my entire NHD group. This is our second year running doing this performance together as a group of 5, and it's really been a great time. I wish that we could have gone to Cooperstown this year, but you know, I love you all, and this is really fun.
Nice, Katie. Ellen.
Believe it or not, my shout out is to the Hauppauge Moms Facebook page. Never thought I would ever shout out to them, but not being a Facebook person, but lately going on at least 3 or 4 times a day for lack of anything else to do. I have to say they have been such a supportive group. And if you go on it, they say nothing but nice things about every teacher, the district. They're all doing things to try to help make seniors, feel special. And I have to say, they are really doing a great job in terms of communication, selling decals, advertising lawn signs, just trying to really do everything they can to boost the community.
Great, thank you for that. Felicia.
Sorry. My shout out is to the class of 2020. This wasn't exactly how we planned on closing out the year, but it's beautiful to see the class officers come together and put together the video, and just to see them come together and the class of 2020 support each other. Shout out to all these NHD kids, and a shout out to all the kids who are toiling in the trenches at home, who are struggling yet reaching out. And we see you and we hear you and we're here for you.
Awesome. Harry.
My shout out is to all my IB seniors, this entire social studies department, especially Mrs. Gordon. And I cannot say this without Dave Reef. All of you make me a better teacher. Thank you.
Isabella.
I guess a shout out to all the teachers who are making sure that we still are able to learn during this period of time. So yeah.
Very nice. J-Dubs.
Okay, just to continue the theme, shout out to everyone on this call, the teachers, for all the amazing work you've done to just kind of flip a 180 and change your whole job around. It's been amazing to watch, and just the communication you have with your students. Shout out to all the students on this call. I miss seeing you guys every day. I hope to see you all soon, and congratulations to the seniors on the call. I know this has been a crazy senior end of your senior year, but it'll be a good story for you one day, and I promise it'll work out and we'll do some really nice things for you. And also, just to add on, frontline workers, doctors, nurses, shout out to you for just keeping everyone safe and healthy during this time.
Beautiful. Joy.
I want to shout out to everyone at Hauppauge High School, all of our staff, from our custodial staff to our clerical, to our teachers, teacher assistants, and our students. Everyone has just been so amazing during all of this. And I'm really impressed by the level of positivity that everyone is maintaining. And students, we are really blessed to have you. We miss you so much, and we thank you for all of your hard work and your belief in what your teachers have been teaching you all these years. And we wish you well, seniors, on your journey. Juniors, we can't wait to see you in the fall.
Beautiful. Kelly.
I would like to give a special shout out to all of my students who continue to impress me every single day with the effort you're putting forth in your work. It's tremendous to me, just the amount of you that say you're working and or helping your younger siblings at home, and yet you continue to do what you need to do. And I'm just so inspired by you every single day. Special shout out to the class of 2020. You are certainly in the forefront of our minds and in our hearts, and we're thinking of you as you wrap up this year.
Beautiful. Christy.
Hi, I'd like to give a shout out to all the teachers that came on today and join us every day, particularly today, the social studies teachers. We see how incredibly hard you're working to reach out and make sure not even one student falls through the cracks, that you're contacting your APs constantly, sending us communications, and really, looking out for them, in addition to the incredible work you did putting together and supporting the students on this project. So we appreciate it. And I think seeing all your smiling faces every day or every morning is really inspirational to the kids. And we get a lot of viewers. So we know that they like to see the smiles, and you're also positive, and it just brings some light to their day.
Cool. Lindsay.
My shout out is to the students who have had so much success with this research project. You should be commended for your work. Congratulations. My other shout out is to my department. I very much miss doing work in the quiet 260s hallway. My current 3-year-old and 1-year-old coworkers are not not good coworkers, and I cannot wait to be working with you all again.
Very politically correct expression of your coworkers. That's good. Maria.
I'm going to give a shout out to all the students and people who are pushing forward as we are getting through this.
Nice. Michael, what's up?
What is up? What is up? I want to give a shout out to my NHD group this year. We really did some good stuff this year. We couldn't go to the town of baseball, but it's okay because we had our memories from last year and we had a good time this year. So thank you so much for that. And I also want to shout out Hauppauge because we're actually really staying positive throughout all this. And yeah, that's it. We're staying connected and together. So let's go.
Thank you. Pat Favorite. Mike.
I want to shout out all the students that did the research project this year, especially the ones that we recognized today. All of the colleagues and the coworkers that helped them with their projects. Everyone did a great job. Seeing them in the library was fantastic. And the rest of the Hauppauge community, just like everyone else said. Thanks.
Awesome. Peter.
Not to sound like a broken record, but I also want to shout out my NHD group. These aren't just, some kids that I got stuck doing a project with for months. These are some of my best friends who I've known for many, many years. And I'm going to miss all of you terribly next year.
Beautiful. Rose.
All right, I'm hopping on the same bandwagon. I'm just so thankful for everyone in the group and just all the fun memories that we've had, doing a research project. So
cool. Ruthie.
All right, I'm hopping on the same bandwagon. I'm shouting out first of all to this crew of theater/history students, and then I'd like to shout out to the history department because I'm really proud to have all of you as my colleagues. It's really exciting to watch the growth in these kids from in all of the departments, but particularly history is really super. You guys are great.
Nice. Stacey.
First, I'd like to shout out to, I'm going to follow Mr. Reef on the AP kids taking their AP tests. My son was one of them yesterday, and it seemed to be seamless and effective, and he seemed to have no problem. So I give AP board credit for it. I give all the kids who are taking these tests, some of them on perhaps a phone where you're managing to take your tests. So I really give you a huge shout out. And then to all the other kids of Hauppauge, I know so many of you have parents working at home, and for the first time you're have a lot of parents around, and I give you a lot of credit for staying strong and trying to get along. And also the parents who are out working in essential fields and coming home every day trying to protect your families, and to the kids who really are trying to stay connected. And I had finally 10th graders join a Google Meet yesterday just to say hello, and I was super, super excited. So they're staying in touch, they're helping their siblings, they're doing the best they can, and I'm really, really proud of you.
Cool. Teresa.
I want to thank my sister because if I never started doing the project with her, I probably never get to where I am today. And I want to thank Mrs. Pendleton because without taking her class, I would have never known about Rachel Carson or the Green Revolution for my project.
Nice. Very good. Varsha.
I want to give a shout out to all my teachers who are still connected during this really hard time. And they're keeping the classroom setting really engaging and getting back with all the questions. So a shout out to them.
Nice. Thank you. Vincent.
I want to shout out Miss Pincus for helping us with all that she does, and also allowing us to use her room to film and rehearse for this project in particular, and also for being the great teacher that she is. So thank you.
Beautiful. And before I turn it over to Mrs. Gordon, we're going to end after Mrs. Gordon goes with another Brady Bunch shot of everybody waving goodbye. So just know that that's coming. But Mrs. Gordon, if you want to, close it out, and it's appropriate for you, I think, to have the final word here this morning.
Sure. I have a couple shout outs. First, the class of 2020. You're amazing and we miss you. We miss all the students at Hauppauge. To the students that completed the research project, who are moving on, who have made tremendous progress from when they were possibly in 7th grade till now. Really proud of the efforts. Really, really proud of the social studies department that work tirelessly with students care about students and only want student success. And I miss seeing all of you all the time. And lastly, my last shout out is to high school administration team for putting this together. Mr. Cook for leading this every day. It's important for kids and for all of us to see everybody. So kudos to all of you. And Hauppauge, we really miss you. We can't wait to get back.
Yes, thank you, and it's true. We miss everybody. It's amazing how much this like feels like, hey, we're seeing people. Hello, it's good to see other human beings. It's good. It is a wild time we're in. All right, well, guys, that's wonderful stuff. A lot of amazing work done by students and staff, and all those around the student and staff who enabled the good work to happen to get here. And loved hearing about the projects a little bit. And we'll end with our with the Brady Bunch goodbye. If everybody wants to start waving. We will we'll go from there. Bye, everybody. That actually that looks really pretty cool. All right, guys, we'll see you later. I'm stopping the stream now. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Stop the stream.
Bye.
Stop recording.